Willie D. Live.
A metro area attorney is now part of Nolan Wells' family's legal team. 16 WAPT's Ross Adams has more on his role in the case.
Nearly 2 months now since his body was found on Horn Island, and we're no closer to finding out what happened to Nolan Wells. The family has added some new legal firepower with a local attorney joining the legal team.
I think it helps to have somebody local who's, from the soil, somebody that, is kind of familiar with the terrain, with the people.
Jackson criminal defense attorney Ahmad Smith signed on 3 weeks ago. Smith will assist National Civil Rights Attorney Ben Crump, along with the NAACP Office of Legal Counsel, working on an independent investigation. Many, including Wells' parents, have raised serious questions about how law enforcement authorities on the Gulf Coast are handling the investigation.
They've spoken out publicly often enough to suggest that they have some skepticism about the way that this process has played out.
Wells' body was found washed up on the water 2 days after he and a group of friends set off on a boat from Ocean Springs to Horn Island on 4th of July. Smith says the cases draw attention from around the world. Some are worried about a cover-up.
There have been instances where black bodies have been found floating in Mississippi waters in mysterious circumstances. So people naturally harken back to some of that history.
Smith says he spoke with Wells' parents last week during a gathering for what would have been his 19th birthday.
While they're grieving, their disposition to me seems to be one that is hopeful. They're trusting the team that they've amassed.
Smith believes an independent investigation is indispensable because he says you can't always trust the information coming from state prosecutors will be accurate. He says sometimes they may not have the knowledge or the resources. Sometimes they will simply miss something. Reporting from Jackson, Ross Adams, 16 WAPT News.
Okay, fam, here's the deal. Either way you slice it, this is a major addition to the Wells' family legal team. Ahmad Smith brings Mississippi legal experience to the table. Ain't nothing like having boots on the ground, somebody who knows the terrain. He knows Mississippi well. He knows the court system well. He knows the players, right? Now, I'm going to keep it a buck with you, fam. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Just because they hired this guy does not mean that it's an automatic win for Nolan Wells' family and his legal team. It does not mean it's automatic. This appears to be a boost. Again, it appears to be a boost, major boost, because we got boots on the ground. We got a local guy who's on the legal team now. He knows the terrain. Having local counsel matters because Ahmad understands Mississippi courts. He understands the procedures and state law. A stronger legal team means more eyes examining the evidence and official narrative. Let's take a look at everything. We got the more people that we have in Nolan's corner, the better chance that we have in getting Nolan Wells justice. The family now has another attorney who can push for records, preserve evidence, and challenge inconsistencies. That's a big deal. This sends a message. The Wells family, or the Wansley family, is not backing down. The question now becomes, what will Ahmad see that others may have missed? In his interview you just saw, he seemed a little reserved in his responses. Now, that could just simply be him not trying to tip his hand too much. Look, I'm going to do this interview. I'm going to let y'all know I'm part of the team, but I'm not going to give you anything that you don't already have. I'm just going to be here and I'm just going to answer the baseline questions, and that's it. Don't look for no shots from the top of the key. Don't look for none of that. I'm not going to give you none of that. So perhaps that's his position. Can this addition help the family get more transparency from investigators and prosecutors? Maybe, maybe not. I don't mean to be cynical, fam. I don't mean to be cynical, but I gotta see. I gotta kind of see what dude is about. I gotta watch him move around first. I'm just getting hip to him, so I gotta watch him move first. I gotta watch him. And now, but he is, Ben Crump picked him, so I'm thinking that, they had to vet him. They had to seriously vet him. Sometimes in these type of situations, people get on your team and sell you out. I'm not saying that's what dude is doing, but it happens. You saw what happened in the Carmelo Anthony case, right? His first and second chair sold him out. Yeah, they straight up sold him out. A 35-year sentence for a fight that resulted in murder, a fight that he didn't even start, that resulted in murder on the spot, not a premeditated murder, not I went to the car, came back with something, not I went in the house, came back with something, not that I drove around for about 2 hours and thought about it and then approached him. None of that. It was like, dude accosted me, get into a scuffle, I pull out that thing and stick him, and hey man, shouldn't I get some grace for that? Like, cause I didn't intend on harming anybody. I definitely didn't intend on killing anybody. I didn't initiate the fight. Dude brought the fight to me. In any event, these type of things do happen. And this is Mississippi. I absolutely do not trust officials in Mississippi. Now, Ahmaud is not an official. He is an official lawyer, but he's not an official. He does not work for the courts. He does not work for the people. He's an independent contractor, so to speak. So, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt that he's gonna do right by the people. But this is just one of those things, fam. When we got a lot of reason to be skeptical, It's Mississippi, man. This is a state that really is not interested in treating black people like human beings, let alone giving them justice, making sure they get justice, Mississippi ain't like that. I think the legal team should focus on phone data, boat GPS, witness timelines, and the search of Horn Island. Yeah. Compare that eyewitness account to that digital forensic and that GPS timeline, digital data. Yeah. Make the comparisons and let's get down to the bottom of this case. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. So, again, fam, adding a new lawyer does not guarantee that it'll put them in a better position. But it's also important to know that it does not, mean that wrongdoing, it's not evidence of wrongdoing. But it does give the family more resources to test what they've been told. That's the biggest part of it. It gives the family more resources to test what has been told. It gives the family more resources to examine the evidence. Yeah. So that's a good thing. So Ahmad Smith's involvement in this case could ultimately change the direction of the Nolan Wells investigation. That's a good thing. And, you know, after speaking with Miss Trotman, Attorney Trotman today, Yolanda Trotman, I guess I kind of learned, you know, let me fall back a little bit and not be in such a hurry to get this justice. I think as long as we get justice, it does not matter if it comes today or if it comes next month or if it comes next year. Now I ain't talking about putting it off 10, 20 years or something like that, but let's give these prosecutors, let's give the investigators time to really investigate. You know, granted, if that is indeed what they're doing, if they're really investigating, right? Let's give them time to do their job. We don't want to rush them into something, because we rush them into something and they mess around and overcharge them, then they get off, then, you know, next thing you know, you got chaos, because it's worse than that overcharging them and them getting off will be worse than charging them correctly and them getting off, right? That's the way I see it. Like, because overcharge is like automatic, okay, you're out of here. But the other way, not so fast. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.